Good morning from Lombok, Indonesia. We flew in last night. We went from Sydney to Bali. We had about a 6-hour layover in Bali, and then we landed in Lombok at around 8 p.m. last night. We are staying at the Somewhere Lombok resort just near Kuta beach. We're staying at this resort for about a week while we're here in Lombok. We're about to go have breakfast at our resort, and then we're going to take a shuttle down to the beach to pick up our scooter, which we have for the week, and then we're gonna start exploring the island. So we'll take the camera along as much as we can, but welcome back to another vlog. I can't remember the exact name of the beach we're off of or the area that we're in, but Dane is currently surfing behind me. So they take you out on a boat to this beach area and you basically just jump off and surf. So I'm sitting here watching him surf. Our boat driver is taking a nap, and yeah, we're really over. It's so beautiful.
We're at Gerupuk. Cool experience. You hire a boat and they'll take you out maybe 500 meters. We paid 300,000, which is just like 28 bucks Aussie, which hired the boat, took us out, waited for me to be done, and then tours us back. But the surf itself was really good. They said it wasn't big for what it was, but definitely more my speed. It's not a big break, it's a reef break as well, so you're sitting down looking over the reef. So make sure you go at high tide if you do go, otherwise you're dropping in and you're basically staring right down at the reef, which you don't want to turn into reef beef. But it was good. I was able to catch a few good ones, which I was really happy about. And I think next time we'll check out the different reef breaks.
And now we are in the heart of Kuta, and we are at the Tree House, which is one of the restaurants here. So we've just stopped to have some lunch, and then I think we're gonna go either check out a beach or we're gonna go to another surf spot, and then probably head back to the resort at some point just to relax for a little bit and maybe come back into the city this evening for dinner. Resort. It is happy hour, so for the next hour we have free flow cocktails. We're gonna have a few drinks here, play a game or two, and then I think we're gonna go back down to our room and shower and get ready and maybe come up here and have some dinner later. What drink is this?
I don't know, but I'm loving it.
What drink number is it?
3. In less than an hour.
Day 2 in Lombok. Dane and I have woken up about 30 minutes ago. We got up at 6:30 this morning because we're gonna head up and have some breakfast, which starts at 7. And then at 8 o'clock, we're getting picked up by our driver and we're going out to Bangsal Port, which is then gonna take us in a boat across to the Gili Islands because we are going snorkeling today. Maybe I'll get Dane to share a little bit about what we're gonna do and what we're gonna see, but we are super excited. So we're up a little bit early, and yeah, we're just gonna head up, have some food, and then wait for our driver to come and head out on our boat adventure for the day. What are you gonna see, Mr. Alaman?
I like doodles. I like doodles.
Dane, what are you most excited to see today?
Eagle ray would be really cool. Manta ray. I don't know if they're at the Gili Islands, but I think eagle ray are. I still don't think we're in the right spot for whale sharks, but I know they're somewhere in Indonesia, so maybe one will be friendly and come say hello. I also have 2 opportunities because I am scuba diving tomorrow. But mostly turtles because I want Jess to see a lot of turtles. But no touchy. Looking's free, touching will cost.
We have just gotten on the ferry to go across to the Gili Islands, and I think they said it takes about 45 minutes, but we're not entirely sure. So we're just boarding now, and then they're going to take us across, and then we're going to go check in and get on our boat to go for a snorkeling adventure. We are at snorkel spot number 2, the statues. We are just finishing up at Gili Meadow. We had some lunch and we're heading back to Gili Trawangan after a super fun day of boating and snorkeling. We're on the ferry back to Banks. Good morning from Lombok. It is 4:45 a.m. Dane and I are up because Dane is going scuba diving today. So our driver from yesterday is coming to pick us up at 5 a.m. from the resort. So I'll probably jump on in a little bit, just once there's a little bit more light out and we're a little bit more awake. We're up and we are back off to Gili Trawangan.
We're back.
From day 3 in Lombok. We are back at Gili Trawangan. We woke up super early this morning because it was a 2-hour drive back to the Banks Heliport, and then we came back across to Gili Trawangan because Dane is scuba diving today. So he's already been out on 1 dive and he has 2 more, and I'm just relaxing on the beach while he does that and enjoying the beautiful island of Gili Trawangan. Offered a ride back to Lombok, which we took, and we've ended up in the wrong spot. We didn't ask where and they dropped us at the wrong place. So now we're waiting for our driver.
The locals love to just sit up on the road, chat, and that's what we're doing.
From Lombok. It is day 4 for us. We've just had some breakfast at the resort and now we're waiting for our driver to come pick us up to take us to the waterfall. The resort put together a bit of a trekking excursion for us. So we're gone from 8 until noon, and then we're probably just gonna come back here, relax for the afternoon. I think we might go down into Kuta to have some lunch and then come back to the resort for happy hour, and then we've got a massage booked in this afternoon, and then probably just gonna stay at the resort for some dinner later. Dane and I are headed back from the waterfall. What did you think of the waterfall?
Top 5 most beautiful waterfalls I think I've ever seen.
It was really beautiful.
Nice.
We got to go in the water. It was freezing cold. I almost drowned too because I didn't realize there was a double step to go in, and it was a lot deeper than I expected to be.
And wiped out your sarong.
I wiped out my sarong. I had to wear a sarong. Basically, they've asked people to respect the local customs, so they don't want people in bikinis. So you can either wear a one-piece suit, or our guide brought a sarong, so I just wrapped it around my body to be a bit more conservative. But it was really beautiful. And now we are headed back to the resort, and we're gonna go into Kuta to have some lunch. Dane and I are back from the waterfall. We've just come down into Kuta to get some lunch. We're back at the tree house, which is where we were at the other day. And the waterfall was great. I wouldn't say I would go out of my way for it. It was beautiful, but it was quite a far spot to get to just to go see a waterfall for about an hour. But we were saying that if we were to do it again, we would probably try and pair it with some other activity in the area. But anyways, we've come back to the resort, grabbed our scooter, driven down into Kuta, and now we're gonna sit and have some lunch and then explore for a bit of the afternoon. Dane and I are sitting outside on our back deck, and we look up and we've got a little friend. This little monkey has seen us come out and is now trying to assess how to get into our room. Look at him. Dane is having a stare off with the monkey.
Our massages, and I am very tired now.
The massages were so relaxing. It was a 90-minute massage, and a storm started as soon as we went into the massage. So there was thunder and lightning and just rain pouring the entire time. It was so relaxing. Dane and I look so tired now. But anyways, we've come back to our room. We've gotten ready, and we're gonna head up to have a little bit of dinner, and then we're just gonna have an early night because tomorrow is the first day in 3 days that we don't have an activity to wake up for. So we're probably gonna have a bit of a sleep in. Good morning. It is day 5, I think, in Lombok. It's about 6:30 in the morning. I've just woken up. Dane's still having a bit of a lie-in. We decided, because we don't have any big activities this morning, that we would have a sleep-in, but my body just woke me up at 6:30, so I guess it's been used to all the early mornings we've had since we've been here. But today we're gonna have a bit of a relaxing day. We're gonna get up, go for some breakfast up at the resort, and then I think we're gonna go over to Selong Belanak, which is one of the beaches just west of us. They have a bit more beginner-friendly waves, so I think I might rent a board today and do a bit of surfing. And then our plan is to come back to our resort in the late afternoon, swim in the pool, have a few drinks, and then I think we're gonna go into Kuta tonight for dinner. It is our last night here. We have a full day tomorrow, but we fly out tomorrow night. So we're just trying to make the most of the time we have left. But I'm just gonna sit and enjoy the morning, read my book, have some coffee, and take in the view as I wait for Dane to wake up.
We are going to Selong Belanak. I'm gonna check out the surf there. The people at the resort that we're staying at recommended it, actually over Tanjung. Still want to go there. We'll probably check that out tomorrow. But yeah, we're gonna go rent some surfboards, tour around the town for a bit, and hopefully work on this tan a bit more.
Dane is ready to be my surf coach.
Surf instructor.
back from our surf adventure, and as you can see, I got very burned. I didn't realize that because I was laying face down on my board, my whole back and bum were exposed the entire 2 hours that we were out surfing. And look at the result. And what does Dane's look like? Fine. Absolutely fine. We just came back from Selong Belanak. I was originally gonna sit on the shore while Dane went out and surfed the bigger waves, and then he convinced me to come out with him. So we went to the intermediate waves. We got to surf together. We actually went on a couple waves together, except for every time I rode really far, I paid for it because then I had to paddle myself the whole way back out.
We're gonna go up to the pool, bring our game, bring our books, and we still have a couple big bin tags, so.
Yeah, we're gonna go up, sit by the pool, relax, have some happy hour drinks, and then we're gonna go into Kuta for dinner later. Dane and I are back in our room. We've spent the afternoon up at the pool. We did a happy hour, we played our game, and then we've just gotten ready and we're gonna head out into Kuta for dinner. It is our last night in Lombok. We're not really sure what happens in Kuta at night. It looks like there's a night market, but we haven't been down there at night yet. So we're gonna go down and see what it's all about, maybe wander around for a little bit, have some drinks, have some dinner, and then probably come back here and have a bit of an early night because tomorrow's our last day and we wanna make the most of it. Our final day in Lombok. We're up, we've just packed. We're gonna head into town this morning and we're gonna try a cafe that's quite popular for some breakfast and coffee. And then I think we're gonna go over to another beach because Dane is gonna surf for the morning. And then our plan is just to come back up to the resort, hang by the pool and just relax for the remainder of the afternoon. And then at I think about 5 o'clock, they're gonna take us to the airport. Just finished up our breakfast at Milk. Now we've just come down to Tanjung and beach, and Dane has gone out for a surf. And I'm just gonna sit and relax on the beach. I've rented an umbrella after getting burned yesterday, and then I think we're gonna head back into Kuta, finish up our morning and early afternoon, and then we're gonna go back up to the resort for the remainder of the day before we have to get ready and head to the airport. How was your surf?
It's so fun.
What's your ranking of your surf spots?
I like the wave better at Selong Belanak. Tanjung definitely close second. Such a long wave. Really nice long ride. And then third Gerupuk.
Our final moments at our resort on our Lombok trip. We have just showered and gotten ready, and now we're waiting for our car to take us to the airport. We fly into Bali. We have a couple hour layover, and then we're going from Bali to Sydney. So we can't believe the trip is over, but it's been unbelievable. It is such a beautiful island, and we hope to see more of Indonesia. We've just had the most amazing holidays. Back to Sydney. We have returned from our Lombok trip. It has actually been about 2 weeks since we've been back, but I came down with a really bad eye infection after our trip. They think that because of the bacteria in the water, which a lot of people get Bali belly off of, I actually got that in my eye, whether from the pool or showering. So I had a horrible eye infection for a couple of weeks. I'm finally better, so I'm jumping on to close out this vlog. We had such an unbelievable trip. We loved Lombok. It's such a beautiful island. We did say that if we were to go back, we probably wouldn't spend our entire time on Lombok. We would have actually liked to stay on the Gili Islands for a few days, memories, especially because getting from the heart of Kuta, which is one of the main towns in Lombok that we stayed near, to get out to the Gili Islands was about a 2.5-hour journey each way. And because we did that 2 days in a row, it was a lot of traveling back and forth, and we wish we had just stayed on the Gili Islands overnight. The Gili Islands are a lot more similar to Bali, where you have the beach clubs and the bars right on the beach. Everything is congregated in the same area, so you can walk around really easily. Whereas in Lombok, it's a bit harder to get between the different spots. You have the heart of Kuta and you have Kuta Beach, but then all the other beaches that we went surfing to and the other areas that we explored, we had to take our scooter to. So we were really grateful that we rented a scooter, and we would probably recommend, if you are going to be in Lombok, you'd need a scooter to get around or some sort of a vehicle, because nothing is that close to each other and you can't really walk between the different spots. But it was absolutely beautiful. The weather was amazing. The resort we stayed at was unbelievable. It was just such a fantastic trip. We hope that you enjoyed watching this vlog. Thank you if you've made it this far. We just love making them, and it's such a fun memory for us to look back on. We do have another trip planned later this year. We're gonna go back to Canada for a friend's wedding. I'm not sure if I'll bring the vlog camera, because I've never brought the vlog camera with me to Canada, just because our families are there and we tend to do just a lot more low-key things, and we're with people where we're not really bringing out the camera to film our time together. So I may or may not vlog while we're home, but otherwise we'll hope to plan another trip soon that we'll bring you along for. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope it was all interesting and fun to be a part of, and see you in the next one. Bye.